Hi guys, and welcome to this edition of the Unofficial Community Manager's Diary. So what I'm going to do to start off is what I do every week, and that's to take one question from the comments of the last video, answer it, and that person wins a copy of Interstellar Marines. So as always, if you'd like to win a copy of Interstellar Marines next week, put your comments or your questions for this video into the YouTube comments section. I read through them. Best question wins a copy of Interstellar Marines. So for this week, it's Thomas Crafa who has asked the best question. And his question is, when the animator joins the team, what will he do to rework the character controller? Will it be the same as in Running Man, or will he start from scratch? And will this new character controller feel smoother or bulkier? Now the new guy that's joining Ronnie, he's the animator. The character control is the code and the rigging that controls your character, your avatar, your model, your soldier. What he's going to be doing with that is to make it much smoother and more lifelike. So for example, when you move left and right at the moment, you're using the running animation. So he'll change that so you sidestep left and right. So once he's got the character controller all done and sorted, and it will be smoother than what it is now, he will start adding things such as peak, lean, mantling, and all those kind of extra, more advanced animations that we're looking for. And of course, he'll add the basics such as jump and crouch. It won't feel, or I will be surprised if it feels bulkier. As a Marine, you will have, as you go through the game, more options in terms of the armor that you wear. So some armor will be lighter but will make you faster. Some armor will be much bulkier but will give you much greater protection. So your movement will differ a little bit based on the armor and the extra equipment that you're carrying. That all ties into the XP system, and the reason why it does that is, for example, if you've gone through training to make you fitter, that means you can carry more equipment, and you can carry it without such an impediment if you hadn't gone through that training. So that's just a little idea of how the XP system ties into your equipment, and that ties in to your movement. So Thomas, your key is on the way through YouTube at the moment. Enjoy the game, and if you'd like to win a key next week, please put your question into the comment section of the YouTube video. So now that's done, let's get on to what's been happening this week. But first of all, gotta have a cup of tea. So we started off the community map making contest this week, and as I'm recording this on Friday morning, we have 5 entries so far, some of them quite cracking. In fact, there's one map that I don't think Jayhawk's even going to put in because he designed it for 5v5 TDM, not 5v5 with 5 capture points. So if you've not taken part in that contest yet, please have a look. The rules and the entries for it are on both InterstellarMarines.com and also on our Steam forum as well. Have a look. All you need to do is just use a pen and paper if that's all you want to do. Note it down, either send us the images, so it could be scans or pictures from paint or something like that, or if you've done a 3D model, you can send us a YouTube video. In fact, I think what one guy is doing is looking at doing a kind of stop motion video with Lego, which is brilliant because that really kind of brings it out in a 3D effect. So any kind of thing that you want to use to bring your map to life, feel free. The only thing from my side is that when you put your submission in, please make sure it's either an image or images or a video. And it's designed for 5 versus 5 and with 5 capture points on the map. So that's the only requirements for the contest. Now this week we received our first sketch from Via, who's our new freelance concept artist, and I'm going to put it on the screen right now so you can take a quick look at it. This is a beautiful piece of work, and it shows some of the Marines as they are in different concept types of armor. So it doesn't show a class system, it's important to note that, but it does show some possible concepts for the armor on different Marines. So that's the first thing we've got from him. So we are so looking forward to the rest of the stuff that Via does. Now, if you've not been keeping up on what's happened in the last week or 10 days, Friday of last week, we released a video called Warning Sharks Ahead. And that video was designed to explain to you guys as much as possible what we're going to be having in the game in 2013, and then further on what we're going to be having in 2014. Obviously 2014 is a bit more nebulous, a bit more not as concrete as 2013 because things change at such a distance in the future. The person who did the video editing for us is a young chap called Jonas. And much to my surprise and delight, we hired Jonas this week. So he starts with us full time next week. And at first, I must say, I kind of thought, do we have enough work for a full-time video editor? And then Bolzar and I sat down and came up with a bunch of ideas, and Kim's got a whole bunch of ideas for what Jonas can do. And it turns out we've got more than enough work for one video editor, so he's on the team. One of the first things that he's going to be doing is kind of documenting some of the things that we're doing in the office at the moment, so that you guys can see what we're up to internally. And I think one area where we need to improve is showing you what we're doing on either a daily or a weekly basis, so that you can see that if there is nothing that seems to be happening perception-wise that you guys can't see, and then we can actually show you, yes, we are working. We may not be working on, for example, an update right now, but we're working on other stuff. And that is where Jonas is going to be really handy to show you that kind of stuff. And there's some real wild ideas that Kim's got for him. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to the stuff that Jonas brings out. Which also brings me nicely around to the new guys. Jonas starts next week. Ronnie, who's the animator, I've mentioned him several times already. Ronnie starts next week. We also decided this week to hire 2 new game devs. Now, if you've watched these videos or you've been on the forums, you'll know that Michael, currently the only game dev that we have, has been ill was ill for about 2 weeks in total. And that's messed up our what we were going to do somewhat, because Michael was the only coder. So when these new guys come on, it means even if somebody's on holiday or if somebody's ill, then we still have cover and can carry on developing. And at the same time, it means that when there's 3 guys on it together, it's going to move much quicker. What we're doing now is we're moving from our old office, which was really just a base for 2 people, well, 3 people if you include Maria, who's part-time, literally across the hall into the new office, which is designed for 12 people. So, you've got Kim, Michael, 2 new game devs, Ronnie, Reese, who's the audio sound guy. We've got Jonas, we've got Carson, who pops in from time to time, Maria, and several other people that are going to be on board or around. Yes, or Jess in English, is the level designer. Now, he's part-time at the moment, but from next year, he's expected to go full-time. And he's going to be the one that's actually going to be making the map from the community map making contest. So he's keeping an eye on those forum threads as well, because he'll be one of the judges in that competition. So you can see how we're kind of going from what is a very small operation to a much, much larger operation. And it takes time to do the ramping up. So for example, next week we've got the new computers coming, we've got the new office furniture coming, and the new people coming on board, so that means we've got to integrate them. It's going to take several days, if not weeks, to get them up to speed on what we're doing, so that we can say to them, right guys, we need you to work on this section of the game, and off they go. Now, I'm kind of building up here just so that to let you guys know that realistically we're not going to get a major update out this month. So the next major update is expected to be in October. I know that's not exactly news that you probably want to hear, and to be fair, it's not really news that we want to hear either. It's just, as I mentioned in the last video, we've got to get through this period of ramping up, bedding people in, getting things in place, making sure it all works, because once that's in place, we just go whoomp forwards and work and focus and concentrate on the game, rather than worrying about bringing new people in, or does this computer work, or do we have enough space, or do we have this issue. After that, it's just focusing on the game, but we've got to get through this period first. So as I say, realistically we're looking at October for the next major content update. We might get something smaller in September, but I'll probably work on the principle that there won't be anything now until October. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention in this video is thank you. This week, for the first time ever, my channel went past 1,000 subs on YouTube. So to all you new guys who subbed, thank you, and to everyone who's been there as the channel's gradually built up, thank you very, very much. So what I wanted to do was to do something to give you guys a little prezi, and I thought it really should be Interstellar Marines themed because most of the new subs are coming from Interstellar Marines. So it is something I've never done before. I talked to Kim in advance about what I was going to put in this video because I wanted his permission to show you some footage that's never been shown before. About 2 weeks ago, Karsten, or ZPS Bullseye as you probably know him, recorded some brand new footage of the 2008 Unreal Engine publisher demo. Now we didn't get to use that in the Warning Sharks Are Ahead video because there were some technical issues with it, but luckily we've managed to sort that out. So I asked Kim if I could show you guys a minute of that video, and Kim said yes. Unfortunately, I got a little bit overexcited, so what is following now is 3 minutes and 40 seconds of never before seen video from the Unreal 2008 publisher demo 720p HD. This is Karsten playing right from the beginning of the level through till he meets a unfortunate end, shall we say. Before I put that up, I'll say goodbye for now. Thank you for watching this video. As always, if you like it, please press like. If you really like it, please hit the subscribe button. That's it from me for today. Enjoy your gaming, enjoy the video, take care.
Anyone out there? Can you hear me? We're trapped in the shark pool control room. Help!
We read you. This is Lieutenant Reese of the Interstellar Marines.
God, they're everywhere!
Are you there?
Please, you gotta help me!
Proceed through maintenance and locate that control room. If they're still alive, let's get them out of there. We got time. The docking bay is still under AI control anyway. Movement readings have just increased. Check your 6, guys. This entry from the audio logs.
Today we saw a specimen attack and stop at nothing once it got hold of the prey. Apparently the scent of blood puts them in a state of frenzy, quite similar to
Still gotta look into the sight problem, Allie.
Oh yeah, they're still blind as bats, but their ability to detect motion is excellent. We'll have to readjust for more retinal development, but otherwise I think we've got what we're going for.
Sounds like they can't detect anything standing still.